Al, we're back at it. We're going to dive into the Miasma.
Mm-hmm.
We're just recording this a little bit later because you got boosted, but now you're ready to talk about diving headfirst into the Miasma and Secret Demon Fight Club.
Yay!
Yay, indeed. So, hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared and Al Watch Inuyasha. It is episode number 32. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello, I'm not dead.
That, yes, because obviously you were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
We are discussing Season 2, Episode number 5, or Episode 32 of Inuyasha, entitled Kikyo and Inuyasha Into the Miasma.
I mean, technically Kikyo's dead and she's talking.
Look, Inuyasha has some weird rules
Okay,
that we just don't have to ask about.
that's fair. That's fair.
So we begin this episode, there's a bunch of injured soldiers just out and about, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they ever really gave context of why they're just out and about injured.
I don't know, but I like the one that's like, good news, you're not dead.
Yay!
It's
And
like-
Kikyo's there just like, hey, I'm going to help y'all out. Okay, cool.
Just like flick this little death demon off your head.
Get out here.
No.
So she gets taken away as well by someone who's like, hey, can you come help me? And she's like, yeah, I guess. And they go to this castle where it's very spooky and everything. And they're like, oh, our lord is very injured and ill. We don't know what's wrong with him. And they lead her into the lord's room. And it's, of course, Naraku sitting there.
He's just like,
Who's...
Kikyo.
He's like, oh, Kikyo's here. What's going on? Which, if we remember last time we saw him, he got his body just blown to pieces.
It was basically just
It
his
was-
shoulders and his head left.
Yes. So he has like some weird body, I guess, that's attached to him for now, but it's very just messed up because he is just basically doesn't have a body per se. And Kikyo takes like one look at him and is like, this dude should be dead. I don't know. This dude's messed up. I don't know what's up with this guy. And the whole time Rock is like, why is she here? I thought she was dead. Oh, what's going on? I'm very confused. Ugh.
I don't like this.
I don't like this. So Kikyo tries to do her thing, and then she's like, yeah, I can't do anything. Can I go? And they're like, no, you can't. And she's like, all right, I guess I'll stay here. Meanwhile, elsewhere, a bloodbath happens.
Blood rain.
And then the villagers of this, who have been afflicted by this, find Inuyasha and Miroku and are like, hey, this thing happened here. It messed up our crops, made some people sick. Can you look into it? And Miroku's like, we should do this. We should help these people. And Inuyasha's like, why are we helping these people? This is lame. Have you all forgot about Naraku? And Miroku's like, yeah, I kind of already got paid for this, so we're going to do it. And then Inuyasha's like, wait, why did you get paid already?
Like, yeah,
What's going on?
that's how you get good tips. You get shorted is you get paid in advance. Like, wow, dude. Moroku. Always a lad.
He's a businessman through and through.
Also, I made a joke about raining demons instead of raining men.
Yes, you did.
It was bad. It was a very terrible joke.
It's very good. Songo sees a mountain and is like, hey, I think the miasma's gathering around the base of this mountain. Also, Naraku's probably behind it because who else can do miasma like him? They're all like, who can do that? Do we know anyone? I don't know if we know anyone, so that's probably a good thinking there. So yeah, they continue their way up the mountain. Eventually, Inuyasha has to carry the bicycle on his shoulder because they don't want to ride up the mountain on the bicycle.
Mhm.
And they get to there's like a hole in the cave and stuff like that, hole in the mountain, I should say. And they're like, oh, this is bad because Songo falls off and is like, oh, I'm sick. They're like, all right, Inuyasha and Miroku are gonna go in. Shippo, you stay here because you're not affected by this. You keep Kagome and Songo secure and make sure they don't run off. We're gonna go in and see what's happening.
Kagome also doesn't really seem bothered by it, but that's
She
not
seems fine.
mentioned.
She's like, whatever.
And Kirara is staying with them too.
Yes. So they go in and they basically stumble upon like this big old pool of purple and monster parts, and then some monsters fight, and then one of them's like, oh, I win, but there's still other people here. I haven't won yet. And Inuyasha's like, I'll fight him. And the whole time Miroku's like, you shouldn't fight him. You shouldn't do that.
Also, I love that Moroku is like, struggling at one point. He's like, oh, the only reason I'm able to do this is because of my training, and this will become relevant later
Yeah,
because
he's like getting sick and coughing, and Inuyasha's like, hurry it up, you.
suck it
He's
up.
And Moroku's like, come on, dude.
Suck it up. Come on.
Like, jeez.
Like forgetting that like Moroku's actually just a dude.
I like how like last episode we had nice Inuyasha, but we have to counterbalance it with this episode where Inuyasha's just a complete butthole the whole time.
The whole time.
So yeah, Inuyasha decides he doesn't want to listen to Moroku, who's basically has the right idea and has ideas about what's happening. We cut back to the castle where Kikyo has done some things and took in a dude's body, like, hey, give me a bow and arrow and stuff. And then we see her walking through the mist and walking past Sango and Kagome, and is like, oh, Inuyasha's here? All right, cool, I'm going in. And Kagome's like, Kikyo? Oh no, I gotta go follow her.
Also, she just
Sango's,
drops a Shikon jewel at one point. I'm like, yo,
oh no, it broke. Oh no,
you had
there's a jewel
one
here.
job.
Sango's like, wait, don't leave me.
No.
What's happening?
Take Kirara.
Kikyo walks in and loses all her demons that she's gathered and everything. They go to the big thing that Inuyasha's fighting, and then she just falls off the cliff very slowly.
Moroku just is like, oh no,
No, I
can't reach
grab you. He just does nothing there.
Nope.
And then Inuyasha's like, oh god, Kikyo's here. I gotta protect her.
I will do
I must
everything.
fight still.
I will do anything.
Moroku's basically yelling like, don't fight. It's a thing where if they're putting a demon together and the demon becomes a more dangerous demon, they become a Kodoku. And Inuyasha's just like, I don't know Japanese, so I don't understand these words.
He doesn't say that, but still. And Moroku this whole time is like, hey, stop being dumb. Hey, listen to me.
And Inuyasha's like, I will be dumb. Thank you.
It's the one time that Moroku is actually thinking with his correct head and Inuyasha is thinking with the other.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
yeah, Inuyasha's like,
I lie. Inuyasha will continue to think with his other, but Moroku
Yeah.
in and of itself is actually thinking with the correct head. At this point.
yes. So Inuyasha's like, I gotta protect Kikyo. And then Kagome's like, hey, what's up? I'm here as well. Oh, did I hear you say you want to protect Kikyo? Oh, I guess I'm gonna be sad now.
And then they just have an awkward moment of like looking at each other.
And then Kagome's like, I guess I'll get Kikyo out here, because if not, Inuyasha's gonna be dumb.
Yep.
And then Kikyo just gets up and is like, hey, what if I shoot an arrow in this whole thing? And Kikyo's like, I'm gonna do that. All right, cool. Let's all get the suck. And they all get sucked up towards Naraku, who takes the demon body and everything and gets a new body.
And is naked.
He's naked. And then he takes Kikyo and he's like, hey, she's mine now. And he's like, don't you touch her. And then just like his attack is just phew. Nothing happens. And then Naraku just flies away. It is Stinky Cloud.
And he somehow gets just full body fur.
He does. Also, when Naraku's flying away, he's like, Kikyo is trying to protect Inuyasha. Why did she shoot that arrow and make it so that everything came to me? That seems real weird. Either way, I guess I have her now. But then Kikyo opens her eyes and side-eyes them as they fly away, and that's the end of the episode.
Dun.
So there we go. That sure was an episode.
Sure was an episode.
We'll talk about some differences from the mango
Oh, okay.
real quick.
I like mango.
The anime omits the joke of Moroku volunteering to be Kagome's guard while Inuyasha enters the cave alone.
Of course he did.
When Sango asks who Kikyo is, Shippo is the one who explained. The anime has Kagome explain instead. The Shikon jewel falling off of Kagome's necklace is anime exclusive.
Yeah, that was pretty pointless. I didn't really understand what that was about.
Yeah.
Other than to make her look completely terrible.
Other than
at her
that, it
job.
revealed like, oh, someone else has a jewel here.
Yeah.
That was it. In the manga, the demon rips up Naraku's body, revealing that it was a puppet. And in the manga, Inuyasha attacks Naraku immediately after Naraku has gotten his new body, but is unable to penetrate the barrier.
All right.
So there we go. Next time, we will be discussing episode number 33, called Kikyo, Captured by Naraku, which, look, with the way this episode ended, I don't necessarily know how much of it is she's being captured other than she went willingly with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we are on our trek to getting rid of the terrible opening.
Such a shame.
No, it is a glorious, glorious thing. I would be so sad if somehow the next opening they're just like, well, we ran out of the rights to this one immediately now.
You're like, ah.
No. Also the insert song for this, like it went hard and I didn't understand like what the underlying layer of that song was, and I never really noticed it when I was watching this like the 3 times I've watched this series before, so it's interesting.
It was very wild.
It really was. We also got a very good Kagome and Inuyasha yell in this episode.
Yes.
It's awesome. Even though he's hurting her feelings right now.
She's very sad.
Sad. I mean, it would be kind of sucky to be like, I kind of have feelings for this dude, but he won't stop chasing after this dead girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how? It's a little yikes.
Little yikes.
Like, man, I'm fully alive. And I'm still losing. What? Poor gal.
But
That would definitely give a teenage girl some self-esteem issues.
I think so too.
Then again, like Inuyasha is basically equivalent of like a human 15-year-old boy, so.
And a dum-dum.
And it's up to him. He's just a butthole this whole episode.
Hey, we're gonna learn about the secret of Naraku next episode.
Oh, really? What?
And we're gonna learn about that word I didn't know about last or 2 episodes ago.
Oh, the Hanyo.
Yes.
Ah.
So now we'll know.
Ah, I already know what it is, but I'm interested
Well, I
to know
don't.
what you think about it.
I still don't know.
Well, don't click it.
I'm not. I just saw that was down there in the synopses. Okay. Either way, that's it. That's it for this episode.
We're done.
We're done. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to hang a left on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool. It's where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You'll also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup, and you can buy our books, One Shining Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next time as we find out how Kikyo got captured by Naraku.
Uh-huh.